confidence based on their assumptions about who they think you are, you know? And what you have to remember is that you are competent and capable and able to do it. And I learned that after graduating from college. I really didn't feel like there was anything I couldn't do, because I was so worried that maybe they were right about me going to this college. They were so wrong, so completely wrong. So for all of you sitting here with those doubts in your head, because those whispers of doubt, they stay with you for a very long time, ignore them, brush them off, and just do the work. Just do the work. And it's the doing of the work that gets you through. It's not what other people think of you. And I still carry that with me today as First Lady of the United States, because there are people who don't think I should be doing that either. And it's been about 8 years now.
So. I want to say that is so unfair that you made me go first, because I said I learned that I didn't know basic hygiene, and then you said I learned I can do anything. Very unfair.
I told you to think first.
Wisdom, definitely. Do we have another question?
Hello, I'm Marquez Smith. I'm a legal communications major. I'm also playing marching band thanks to the Academy.
Hey.
So sweet. You watch Drumline?
That's why I joined.
That's so cute.
We're going to battle after this.
Yeah, we should do a battle. We talked about that.
Did you have any internship experiences, and did that help you get you to where you are now?
I had to do work study, and I know how many people have work study. A lot of people here. Or was I the only one that had to do work study in college? Well, I had a work study job because I had to help pay for my tuition. So, you've got the work study jobs that are like you sitting in the library doing security, or it helps you because you can study. I actually had a job that connected me to somebody who was my first most important mentor. I worked for the school's minority center, so I was an assistant, but the executive director of that center, she pushed me to think broadly about my experience. So she helped me start an after-school program for kids of faculty, and I traveled to New York for the first time because of her. And so I was fortunate to have a work-study job that actually taught me something. But if I hadn't had that, I don't know about you, I couldn't afford to do free internships, which is usually what an internship is, because I had to go home and work and type and earn money. But I would urge you all to think about internships. Even if you have to earn some money, figure out how you can do some of these things, because it's the internships, as Seth said, it's the extracurricular activities that will give you a sense of what real life is like. School is very theoretical, and some people are good at that, but some people need more practical experience. I know I did. And internships give you those opportunities to try some ideas for yourself on, to try some careers on. So you want to think about how you use your summers and how you use your free time, because even if you have to work, maybe you have some spare time to do some community service. You all should be thinking about that, because it's also resume building for what you want to do, whether it's graduate school or whether it's work afterwards. It's the internships that will give you the things that you can talk about with the people who want to hire you. So keep that in mind. Seth, you had time to think about this one?
I did. Well, I would only say, we have interns at our show. Every semester we have a different group of about 15 come in. And the only thing I would say is, when you do get those internships, you think you are invisible because you're the low man on the totem pole, and people have you running around doing things that you will think is below your skill level. But I will tell you, everyone is noticing how hard a worker you are. And not only do you have to present the best version of yourself here at school, but when you get out into the real world, and you get an internship, and it's hard because, you're not getting paid, and you're thinking maybe I can go 80%. But I can tell you that even as someone who hosts the show, I notice which interns are working harder, and that's such an important gateway to getting into the actual working world. So take it seriously.
Yeah, just to echo that, the person who are my key personal assistants as First Lady now, who are paid to do that work, they were interns first. So they were interns in the White House because they were good. They got noticed. They came up, and now they spend 24/7 with me. They tell me what to do, when to drink, when I can stand, when I can leave. And they're like young too, so my life is controlled by like 20-something-year-olds. It's really annoying.
I think we have time for one last question. What's your name, sir?
Good afternoon. My name is Alfred Johnny Walpole, freshman civil and environmental engineer. And
You are cute. Ladies. Anyway.
From Prince George's County, Maryland. And my question to ask you today is, what are some constructive ways to de-stress from classwork?
Constructive ways to de-stress? Yeah. Well, I have a way.
Constructive.
Constructive?
That's the key word there.
I like to go into my dorm room and I would turn all the lights off. And then I would just lie face down on the carpet. And I would whisper over and over to myself, you have to stop screwing up. And then you would just do that till the sun comes up. I found it helpful, but you just laugh it off, whatever. I support your answers.
That was interesting. That was interesting. De-stress. It's like, this is where your friends come in, right? I remember when I was in college, some of the best times would be just hanging out with the people that you love, laughing. Finding some humor in this situation that is college and life, and doing it with a little music and some food. I still do that, De-stressing now, it's like spending time with good friends to good music and laughter. Laughter is a huge de-stressor, so make sure you get that in. All right.
And one of the places to get it is Late Night with Seth Meyers. And again, I just think...
Well done.
That was a great Q&A.
So, as we're wrapping up here, to both of you, I would like to say, if the students can only remember one thing from this, that would be bad, because they should be able to remember more. But if you could give them one thing to remember, what would you like them to leave them with?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm a student. I shouldn't have to answer this. But honestly, really, just whatever you put your mind to, you can do it. I've always been taught that not only do you have to be a self-motivator, because there's going to be a lot of haters that tell you you can't do something, so you have to motivate yourself, but on top of that, you got to have a corresponding action and be a self-generator. And we live in a time where we can generate opportunities for one another. So whether it's networking, talking to people, whether it's creating your own ideas, it doesn't just start with, yes, I can do it, yes, I can do it. It has to be, yes, I can do it, and I will do it.
Very good. Yeah.
It's pretty good for a freshman. This is the thing I tell everybody, even my kids, because I've got a young person heading off to a gap year because she's not going to college, so I'm feeling your parents' pain right now. One thing I want you all to remember is that failure is an important part to success. Nobody up here went a straight line to success. There are bumps and slip-ups and embarrassments that you think you will never overcome. Everyone has had it, from the president on up or down, whichever way you look at it. The thing that you can't do is hide from your failures and not seek help when you are struggling. And a lot of times, young people do that, They want to hide from their challenges as opposed to embracing them. And that's something that you learn when you grow up, because you've had so many embarrassments. You're just used to being embarrassed and failing, so you're good at recovering from it. But it's resilience that gets you through. The people who are successful aren't the people who succeed all the time. It's the people who can recover when they fail. And remember that. Remember that. There are people here who love you, who are here. They want you to succeed. Colleges want you to graduate. It helps them. Their attrition numbers improve because you graduate, right? So there are people all over the place that are waiting to just give you a hand if things start feeling a little hard. And that's not just academic, it's emotional, it's psychological. All of that is here for you, but you can't, don't think you have to do this alone, because nobody does anything hard or good or important alone. And that goes for getting through college. All right?
How about a round of applause, everybody, for freshman Nick Cannon and the First Lady. Thank you all so much. Have a great freshman year.
Thank you.
You know.